Hey, it's Mark. Welcome back to Single Car Garage. The part came in for the 86. Let's take a look at it. There are two parts. You notice the new one does not have a rag joint, and the old one does. And we think that little bit of wandering was coming from the rag joint because basically everything else is new. So we need to get this on, and the first thing we need to do is get the other end off the rack and pinion. There is the part that needs to come off, the other part of the rag joint. It should come off fairly easy. They normally do. So let's get to it. Oh, okay, we've got the old piece off. And as you see, this slides right in, right above my finger. It slides in there. And then down here on the bottom, it's got a 36 spline that it slides on. So that's what I'm doing right now. Now here's your set screw right here, and you've got this, see the flat, you see the flat part on your rack and pinion. Well, this set screw, that's what's going to fasten down on the flat part. Now, to get it to work, what you want to do is undo these two set screws, and then you can slide this, and then that helps it. So that's where we're at, and then it'll just go slide right on there. Now, you want to get up here and check your stern wheel, and if you notice, it's not clocked right. It's about a quarter turn off. Let me show you how to fix that. See those two set screws? I've got them loose, so what I will do is pull this off, twist that a quarter turn, because it's made to twist a quarter turn, and then the wheel should be right. So I just slide this back, slide this down, quarter turn this way, where this one will be on the flat, and the other one will be on the round. And get it lined up. Might have to have both hands, possibly. Thought I could do this with one. So, let's see. Well, there we go. Now, I think I have, there we go. And then there's our flat right here. Turn it over here and slide it on this spline. And we got it there. Okay, once you've got everything set, make sure you get your all your set bolts set, and make sure you get them tight. And since it's steering, what I would do is a little bit of Loctite on each one. When everything's tightened down, Loctite right where we want it. And now we've got our joint in there and no rag joint, so if it has any traveling, it's not in this part. Okay, this is the part that goes on your rack that I took off. It uses a 12, and then your set screws up there, they use a 13. I have to set them. And your Torx, I don't know what size that is, but it's that one right there. So let's take a look at what we did. Up at the top there, it has a bolt that comes out that slides into. We took that bolt out. Then we took the rag joint off. And then what we did was buy this shaft with the universals. And we put it on there. And we've got everything tightened up. And that pretty much takes care of it. Now, the one thing we'll have to take it and get it aligned. I was telling you about getting it clocked up. That's how far we are off. So not terrible, but not great. But turning it a quarter turn helped, but it didn't fix the whole problem. So we'll get it aligned again and get that set straight by our alignment guy. So we got that all setting in there. And that's the old one we took out. There's the part that slips up in there. And of course, there's your rag joint. Rag joint looks good, but it's pretty soft. And then this is pretty simple. Slides right up in your steering column, and then your spline down there, and you have your set screws that tighten it. And like I said, when you put those set screws, I would put a little dab of Loctite, because that's one thing you don't want coming loose while you're traveling. And I would also, since this is in steering, I would drive it about 100 miles and check it. And I would probably check it in another 100 miles and everything's good, then I wouldn't worry about it. And it'll be pretty easy to check. You can check it from the top. So. And that's replacing the shaft on a 86 Mustang GT, or any 86 Mustang, actually any Fox body. So our rack is new. We still had a little bit of wandering, and I think it's in that rag joint. Everything else looks good. The universals were tight on the old one, but this is a much better connection. I like that. It's a matter of fact, this is the same thing we're gonna have to do. Let me show you on the GTO. See, there's our rag joint there. Our steering column comes out to about right here, and her car, the 64, had a solid column that went all the way to the steering box, but this is an updated steering box and power steering, so it's a little bit different. So what we're going to have to do is have that same thing made for this car. We'll put the column back in, and we'll be able to make the same product that will fit into this car, which will help it get our steering on it. That's the one thing that we're missing as far as our steering on this car when we put our column back in. So we'll put it in, measure it, and then we'll be ready to go. Hey, thanks a lot for stopping by today and watching me put that in. I was glad it came in. We're still waiting for a few more parts, but that car, I think I told you earlier, is going on the power tour, and we're trying to get everything fastened up on it before the power tour, and we got about a week and a half to go. The rest of our parts supposed to be in tomorrow, and we'll be able to get it together, and we'll be ready to go, detail it out, and ready to go on the power tour. So that's how easy it is to put that in. If you ever have a rag joint going out, that's the part I would put in it, because you'll never have any problems out of it in the future. So, hey, thanks for stopping by. Hope you learned something. Come back and see me, okay?